going on, pickers and girders? Tom here. Today we're talking about Ed King, one of the most underrated guitar players out there, kind of flying under the radar, and some of his really sneaky guitar playing tricks that help me improve my playing, and hopefully they'll improve yours too. I still use these a lot in playing live and just going out and trying these tricks in various songs to spice up my playing. So we'll be covering a few things that he used to do and just really showing appreciation for his playing in Lynyrd Skynyrd too. So some things that I really learned a lot from. We're going to kick it off with something a little lesser known, a song called Whiskey Rock-a-Roller, and there's some cool chord tricks in this song. It goes like this in the beginning. And there's a riff in there I really want to talk about, a break section. It sounds like this. And there's a few other things that I want to talk about too, like some of the interesting ways you can play just traditional power chords and throw in some fusion sounds with that. That's a pretty dreamy sound right there. So just looking at, starting with those verses, how we can use these 12-bar blues type progressions and throw in some of these type chords. So just check this out right here. The riff is just a basic DCG, at least that's what everybody thinks. And then you listen to what Ed's playing, and there's so much more going on. So ways you can spice up just basic 12-bar. Think about your picking hand. And the way Ed likes to use his picking hand, it gives you a little bit more of a poppy sound. You can play 12-bar blues, many different sounds out of just a basic chord. A lot of people like to do it that way, but then if you start using that right hand, start getting a little choppy with it, that can make it sound more interesting too, so a little bit more chicken picky. And I like to hold the pick closer to the finger. That way I can, when I'm picking, so I'm almost muting the strings using my picking hand instead of actually doing much palm muting. There's a little palm muting, but you don't have to use palm muting. A little choppy. It can make you sound kind of funky when you start playing leads that way. You fuse in some of that choppy picking into your chords and your lead playing, and it sounds delicious. So just looking at that basic chord, you can do some choppiness there. You know, you can also let it fly. And you can somehow, just by changing how much you mute and how much you use choppy, you can change the distance of the pick throughout the song even to change your tone. So that's a little bit of a hybrid right there. So some cool ways to mix up your 12-bar blues. Now something he does here, which is really simple, if you don't have the ability to stretch, like there's a stretch right here. That can be a tough stretch for me sometimes. And one of the ways you can cheat it and make life a little easier for you, if you're trying to go, it gets really hard down by the F. I can't even get there. It's going to take some calisthenics, but if you're looking at doing a bigger stretch, well, that note right there, you can almost make it sound like this. So you can cheat that chord and without having to stretch so much. Another cool thing about using 12-bar chords a little differently, and in appreciation for Ed King, in this song he's taking a 12-bar basic progression, which a lot of people play like this. Well, he does alternate picking. He's picking out each note. that's another way to really spice up some basic 12-bar. Because you know you get stuck in that 12-bar rut. And it's like, oh, we gotta play another 12-bar song? I mean, that happened to me at practice the other day. We're playing this song and they're like, oh, you guys wanna play this one? And I'm like, we're a classic rock band and we're playing this 12-bar. I'm thinking, we just played 5 12-bar songs in a row and we're doing another one? And you sit there like, well, how many times can I go? Yeah, people dance, but if you're a guitar player, it's kind of like, my eyes, I can't see, I'm blind. It's kind of what, stop, make it stop. So, whenever you get stuck in those ruts, I like to do stuff like this. Now, let's just take it a step further. You watch what Ed did there, and I was just doing. So that little lick right there is so fascinating to me. And he's just playing the chords, you know, D, C, G, but differently. He's going to C right here and giving it a whammy. So instead of playing 12-bar, maybe Ed got sick of playing 12-bar too, and he's like, how do I make this interesting? Give it a little whammy, it sounds tasteful. And then he also finishes it off with this nice D chord. I love that D chord right there. It's the same as that A, you add the D. If you're familiar with the song All Right Now, you know, it sounds... So you have that ability right there to spice it up. So he adds that in. Oh, I just love that. Moving onward, some other cool things you can do. In the choruses song, it's... And once again, Ed's probably just spicing up. He's like, 12-bar, let's just find a way to make this really cool. And he'll throw in these G string notes.